Ladies, let me ask you, when was the last time you did something just for you, not out of obligation, but out of intention? See, success isn't about luck. It's about habits, daily habits. That's where real power lies. I'm about to break down 10 simple but life-shifting habits that every woman should master. Not for society, not for expectations, but for you. Because when you show up for yourself daily, the world takes notice. There's something powerful about the first few minutes of your morning. The truth is, if you don't take control of your morning, the world will. And when that happens, you're not leading your day. You're reacting to it. That's a position of defense, not power. That's why the first habit every woman must master is prioritizing her morning mindset. Because how you start determines everything that follows. We all wake up with noise, notifications, emails, responsibilities waiting to pull us in 100 directions. But if the first voice you hear isn't your own, you've already handed the steering wheel to someone else. So here's the shift: before anyone else gets your attention, you give it to yourself. I'm talking about creating just a few moments of stillness, a mental check-in. Ask yourself, what do I want out of today? Who do I need to be to get it? That clarity doesn't just show up, you have to create it. Gratitude plays a big part here too. It's easy to wake up and immediately think of everything you don't have or everything you need to fix. But if you can intentionally name 3 things, just 3, that you're grateful for before your feet hit the floor, you rewire your brain to see abundance instead of lack. That's not fluff. That's neuroscience. Because when your mind sees abundance, your decisions come from confidence, not desperation. And that changes how you move, how you speak, how you handle challenges. Now let's talk about setting your focus. Without focus, even the most productive day feels scattered. You can be busy all day long, but still feel like you accomplished nothing. So take a beat every morning and ask yourself, what is the one thing I absolutely need to accomplish today? Not 10 things, not a wish list, just one. Because progress comes from focus, and focus starts with clarity. When you hit that one thing, everything else feels like a bonus. And let me say this, your morning mindset isn't just about journaling or meditation or stretching. It's about setting the tone for how you're going to show up for yourself and for others. If that looks like 5 minutes of breathing, or writing your goals, or just sitting quietly with coffee, that's fine. The practice doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. Because what you're really doing is sending a message to yourself that says, I matter enough to start my day on my terms. And let's be real, some mornings will be messy. Life is unpredictable. But even on those days, having a practiced mindset means you can recalibrate faster. You don't spiral because you've already anchored yourself. That's the real advantage. It's not that life gets easier, it's that you get stronger. So if you want to lead your life with confidence, it starts before the sun is even up. It starts when you decide that your mind, your peace, and your purpose are worth protecting before anything else enters your world. Because when you own your morning, you own your day. Let me tell you something we don't talk about enough. Your energy is your most valuable currency, not your time, not your money. Energy, because you can have all the time in the world, but if you're drained, if your mind is cluttered, if your spirit is worn down, none of it matters. And this is where so many women get trapped. You're constantly giving to your job, your family, your friends, your community. Before you know it, you've spent the entire day swiping your energy card on everybody else, and you didn't save a dime for yourself. That's not sustainable. If you want to be powerful, if you want to walk through your day with peace and purpose, you've got to guard your energy like it's a non-renewable resource. Because let's be honest, not everyone deserves access to you. Not every situation is worth your mental real estate, and not every problem is yours to solve. But until you set some intentional boundaries, life will keep taking withdrawals from your energy account with or without your permission. Think about it. How often do you pick up your phone in the morning and scroll through messages or social media before you've even fully woken up? Without realizing it, you've just let the outside world into your mind before you've even said good morning to yourself. That's a boundary issue. You've got to decide when and how the world gets access to you. And the boundary isn't just for others, it's for you too. Because when you establish those personal limits, you protect your peace. Saying no is part of that protection. And I know saying no isn't always easy, especially when you've been conditioned to be agreeable, to be accommodating. But here's what I need you to understand. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you are saying no to something that could grow you. You are not selfish for guarding your space. You are strategic. And strategy is what keeps you aligned with your purpose. Then there's the digital clutter. We live in a world where we're connected all the time. Notifications, updates, alerts. That constant buzz is taxing your energy, whether you notice it or not. That's why you need digital boundaries too. Set time blocks to check messages, put your phone on do not disturb when you need to focus, and don't be afraid to disconnect when your mind needs rest. Your brain was not built for 24/7 access, and it's not just people or technology. Sometimes you've got to guard your energy against your own thoughts. That internal dialogue that says, you're not doing enough, you should be further along. That voice is exhausting. But here's the thing, you don't have to entertain every thought that enters your mind. You get to challenge it. You get to decide if it stays or goes. That's an energy boundary too. When you start protecting your energy like this, something shifts. You move differently. You make decisions faster because you're not operating from exhaustion. You start attracting better opportunities because you're showing up fully charged, not depleted. You find peace not because the world got quieter, but because you got better at tuning out the noise that doesn't serve you. At the end of the day, if you're not protecting your energy, you're leaking power. And a woman leaking power is a woman distracted from her potential. So guard it, protect it, and watch how much stronger you stand when you do. One of the biggest lies we've been told is that growth just happens over time. That if you keep showing up, keep doing what you've always done, somehow you'll level up. But the truth is, growth is not automatic, it's intentional. If you're not actively choosing to grow every single day, life will keep you exactly where you are. For every woman who wants to live with purpose, growth is not optional. It's essential. I'm not talking about giant leaps here. I'm talking about the small, consistent ways you invest in yourself daily, because those small deposits compound. Think about it like this. If you put just $1 in a jar every day, you wouldn't notice much after a week. But after a year, that jar is full. It's the same with personal growth. Whether it's reading a few pages of a book, learning a new skill, stretching your body, or listening to a podcast that challenges your thinking. That's a deposit. That's how you keep expanding, and that's how you stay sharp. Here's why this matters so much. Life is moving. The world is changing every single day. If you're not growing, you're not just standing still, you're actually moving backward. You don't want to wake up a year from now realizing you're the same version of yourself, just older. Growth keeps you relevant, but more importantly, it keeps you connected to your own potential. Because there's more in you than what you've already done. But you only find that when you stretch beyond what's comfortable. Growth also isn't just about skills or knowledge. It's about self-awareness. It's about knowing where you're strong and where you've still got work to do. That takes honesty. That takes humility. But if you're willing to look at yourself with clear eyes and say, here's where I need to grow, that's when real transformation begins. Because you can't improve what you won't acknowledge. Don't get it twisted. Investing in your growth doesn't mean grinding yourself into the ground. This isn't about hustle culture or burning out just to say you're working on yourself. Growth can be gentle. It can be joyful. It can look like dedicating 10 minutes a day to journaling or taking a walk and reflecting on what you learned today. The point is that you're moving forward, even if the steps are small. I'll tell you what else happens when you commit to growing daily. Your confidence changes. You start trusting yourself more because you see the proof that you're capable of evolving. That builds momentum. And with momentum, decisions become easier, risks feel less scary, and setbacks don't hit as hard because you've built resilience through growth. This is where the real separation happens. Plenty of people are content being who they've always been, but that's not you. Because if you want to lead, if you want to influence, if you want to create impact, you can't afford to stay the same. Your next level is not going to meet you where you are. You have to go meet it. The only way to do that is by making growth a daily priority. So every day, ask yourself, what did I learn today? How did I challenge myself? How did I stretch my thinking, my body, my spirit? Because when you make growth a habit, you're not just preparing for opportunities, you're creating them.